So, good morning, people. My daughter is here. There she is.
Hi.
She just worked out with me. So, I wanted to come live today to talk about self-sabotage. So, I'm live both on Facebook and Instagram. So, I'm not going to be interacting with your guys' comments because that'll just confuse everybody that's either here or there or wherever you are. That's going to confuse you. But I wanted to come live this morning and talk about self-sabotage. If you watch my stories, you know that I've gained 3 pounds these past 2 days. Not great when I'm trying to lose weight. I'm now about 39 pounds away from my goal, which I know I'm not going to hit it by the end of the year, but I would like to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year. That would be the goal. So, I'm the kind of person that has workout program ADD. So I will do great on a program.
Mommy.
And what?
I love you.
I love you too. Pretty sweet, huh? So, I am a person that I do a really bad job on any program that's more than like 21, 30 days. Like, that's the max that I can handle. How I did 80-day obsession for 80 days, I have no idea. But I did it because I was in the test group. So, as all you know, I have recommitted to Shift Shop, and I'm actually going to be in the Shift Shop test group starting October 22nd, which actually coincides when my Fittoberfest boot camp starts. So I will be doing Shift Shop in there. A couple other people, I believe, will be doing Shift Shop as well. This little piece of hair is driving me crazy. So I have had a pretty rough morning because I had a really hard time getting to sleep last night. Like, it was literally 12:30 and I was wide awake, and I don't know why. Alex got up early also. It was like 6:30. We're pretty tired, but I did not go back to sleep. I stayed awake. I did my prayer. I did my personal development. I did my workout. Did some work already this morning, so I'm feeling pretty accomplished for 8:30 in the morning. But, stepped on the scale this morning and I gained 3 pounds. So, when I know there's certain foods that I'm sensitive to, and I know when I eat them, I'm going to gain weight. And I still let myself eat those things. So obviously I still gain the weight. So I'm a self-sabotager for sure. So I've always self-sabotaged. I have lost literally 5 pounds in less than 2 weeks. And then I sabotage it and gain 3 of those pounds back. So, that is just my pattern. That's just what I do. If you didn't see my announcement yesterday, I starting a new full-time job in social work on Monday. So super, super exciting. I'm really excited to go back to work. But then there's another part of me, that mom inside of me, that is not that excited about going back to work. Especially when, my daughter goes to daycare twice a week. I told her she was going to go back to daycare. She was super excited. And all of a sudden yesterday she goes to me, she's like, "Mommy, I don't want to go to daycare. I want to stay home with you." And that is the part that rips your heart out, literally. It makes you feel horrible. And I think that is a major part of why I self-sabotaged yesterday, because I was feeling guilty about going back to work. I shouldn't feel guilty because I have a whole heck of a lot of student loans still to pay off, and I have to get those paid off before I can full on stay home 100%. So I have lots of work to do to get this debt paid off. But, I'm going to do it. I'm going to accomplish it. I don't know 100% when it's going to happen, but it will happen. And all I can really... Hey, get that out of your mouth. So anybody have an almost 3-year-old that puts stuff in her mouth all day long? Because that's what she's doing. She puts stuff in her mouth all day long. And I don't know how to make her stop. Hey, get it out of your mouth, please. So, that's a major problem. Squirrel, that's me. So, anyway, self-sabotage. So... I totally just let her saying that to me, which I'm sure next week after the first day she goes back to daycare, she's going to be super excited. But, it just means that I'm going to have to be more conscious about my time. I'm going to have to be more conscious about having that time completely unplugged and spend a few hours. Okay, I am reading a comment. Okay, I'm going to address the scale right now just because people make comments all the time. This isn't directed towards anybody. This is just a general comment about the scale. So I am personally doing a program right now where I step on the scale every single morning. People can say that's bad. People can say that is damaging. People can say whatever they want to say about stepping on the scale. But me personally, I need to step on the scale just to see where what I ate the day before affects me, because I'm in this process of figuring out my food sensitivities, figuring exactly what foods I'm sensitive to, exactly how certain foods affect me. So for me, I know that generally wheat, gluten will make me gain weight. It will give me stomach pain. It will make me look literally like I am pregnant. So I'm testing different kinds of grains to see how they affect me. So that is why I step on the scale every day. It's part of the program I'm doing right now for my nutrition. And except for now, 2 times since May, I have not binged. So yes, yesterday I binged. I had a time, I can't believe in June or July that I binged. But in general speaking, since May, I binged twice. And as an emotional eater that has suffered from emotional eating for 25 years, that is pretty freaking amazing for me. So, people say don't step on the scale every day, your weight fluctuates. Yes, I understand that, but I'm specifically doing a program and I'm getting trained in a nutrition concept where you do step on the scale every day. Not to say, oh my gosh, I gain weight, I'm going to punish myself, but to learn how different foods affect us. So that is why I step on the scale every day. It's part of the nutrition program I'm doing right now, part of the nutrition program that is stopping my emotional eating. So, not everything works for everybody, but that is literally what is working for me now. So, yes, I know that, people can say don't step on the scale every day. That's just a bad idea. Just don't do it. But it's part of the program. That's why I do it. It's to see how certain foods affect me. And obviously I know if I have a pumpkin scone and I have McDonald's and I have a super sugary coffee drink, that I'm going to gain weight. And I know that. So I knew I was going to have a gain on the scale this morning, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to test this brown rice noodle again at lunchtime and see if I'm really sensitive to the noodle, or if I am if it's just you can't have carbs after 5 p.m., which is what I think is going on. I think that I can't have carbs after 5 p.m. or I will bloat up. That's just me personally. Again, not everything works for everybody. Hey, stop. Shh. Not everything works for everybody, but this is what works for me. So, that is just where I'm at when it has to do with the scale. The scale is not a way to punish ourselves. A scale is a tool. So we're either losing weight or we're learning. So the scale will teach you, especially if you suffer from food sensitivities like me, it will teach you what foods you're sensitive to, how certain foods affect you. You'll know how, if you have a glass of wine, how that's going to affect you the next day. Again, gluten, dairy, sugar, if you're testing certain food groups, the scale is super, super, super important. And I am trying to 100% figure out a way of eating that's going to work for me, that I'm going to be able to keep doing long term. That's what this is about. This is not about finding a diet. This is not about anything like that. It's about finding, I drink 100 ounces of water a day, actually. So yes, I am commenting on people's comments. I'm in the process of getting certified in this nutrition program. So, So anyway, that is where I'm at, is that I'm testing foods. I'm figuring out what works for me. And obviously yesterday I had a setback, I had a binge, I was feeling guilty. All moms know how it feels to be guilty about having to go to work, about having to do anything that takes time away from their kids. Moms out there know how I feel. So that is why I self-sabotaged yesterday. And I know that's why, but I need to work on this. I need to work on my mindset, and I need to work on how to overcome that without going to the food, right? Because that is what an emotional eater will do. They will punish themselves with food. They will reward themselves with food. Everything surrounds food. They're all your emotions. Yep, all your depression. My daughter's in front of me showing me movies she wants to watch. So everything that we do stems from something else. So for me, my emotional eating also has to do with my depression for losing my daughter. The 3-year anniversary of her death is coming up. So obviously that affects my mindset. Having to go back to work obviously affects my mindset. There's good, there's bad, there's all these different things. Not getting enough sleep can affect your mindset. Getting too much sleep. All these things will definitely affect you. And I need to figure out for me what works for me. I'm doing the last 90 days, which is Rachel Hollis's challenge. I'm doing the last 90 days. And yesterday I just 100% fell off the rail because, I had my alarm set for an hour before I normally get up. I got up and I was like, nope, I'm going back to bed. And I slept till like 9:30. And obviously that's why I couldn't go to sleep last night. And, it's just a cycle. So now I've learned I cannot sleep until 9:30. I need to get up. I need to get moving. I need to get stuff done. If I'm completely horribly exhausted, we'll watch that after this. If I'm completely horribly exhausted, take a nap. Now, obviously I can't do that during the week while I'm at work, but on the week at Sunday afternoons, maybe nap time for me. That is just the reality of life, is that we need to figure out what works for us, and we need to do stuff for us. And the only way I can do something 100% for me is to wake up an hour before my family does, an hour before everybody else. It's the only way I can have time strictly for me. That's one part of Rachel's challenge, is to get up an hour earlier. Work out 30 minutes a day, no matter what, every single day. Move your body. We are not made to sit still. Don't sit there, period. Number 3, drink half your body weight in ounces per day. So that means, I'm around 200 pounds. I need to be drinking 100 ounces a day. I can tell when I'm not getting my water in because I feel sluggish. It's just not a good thing for me if I don't get my water in. Number 4 is to completely get rid of a food category for 30 days that you shouldn't be eating. For me, it's desserts. And yesterday I had a pumpkin scone. So, sometimes we have setbacks, but we learn from it. So even though I didn't accomplish any of those 4 things yesterday, you better bet before I went to bed, I did the 5th thing, which was write down 10 things you're grateful for. Okay, stop touching it. Stop. So, I wrote down the 10 things that I'm grateful for, and that literally made all the difference. I said, I have these things to be grateful for. Tomorrow I'm getting up an hour earlier. I'm getting in my workout. That's what I'm doing. This is already my second 30-ounce bottle of water. It's almost gone. So I almost drank 60 ounces already today, which is awesome. So, that is just where I'm at, is that I need to do these things for me. I need to make myself a positive person. It'll make me a happier mom. It'll make me a better coach. It will make me a better social worker, make me a better wife, a better daughter, a better friend, a better everything. Please stop.
I need that.
Please stop. So obviously try and have patience with my almost 3-year-old when I'm trying to do his live video. Takes work. That takes work, right? So, but that is really where I'm at. So the self-sabotage thing just needs to stop. So I am recommitting to eating right. I'm recommitting to testing these foods and trying to figure out exactly what works for me, because I am recommitting to the Shift Shop Coach Test Group on October 22nd. So I need to have my stuff in order, and that means figuring out 100%, hey, stop, 100% what I need to do for my nutrition. And that's what I need to do for my nutrition, because we're all different, right? We all need to figure out what works for us. And I need to figure out what foods I need to cut out of my diet to get the best results, to feel the best, to have the most energy, to not feel like I look like I'm pregnant from bloating because I'm eating foods I'm sensitive to. But I still let myself eat those foods, and I need to work on this, which I know Chris Downing will help me with. I need to work on this so I make sure that I am where I need to be for my own fitness journey, for my own mental health, for my ability to parent and to coach and to help other people, which is my passion. So that's where I'm at this morning. I went a little longer than usual. I'm surprised that Alex was actually as good as she was. You want to come here and say bye? Because we're gonna come here. We're gonna log off. So here she is.
Hi. Bye.
She says bye. So I'll talk to everybody later. Have a fantastic Thursday and do something for you today. Bye.